This time, Endrick's star did not shine. The Brazilian made his debut as a starter in the Champions League, but unlike several other occasions, he did not have a good game. Frustration grew even more with Real Madrid's 1-0 loss to Lille in a match where the team failed to show its true potential. After this defeat, strong criticisms were directed at Endrick and also at Vinicius Jr. The fans did not hesitate to express their dissatisfaction, and the atmosphere on social media heated up quickly. But before continuing to explore the reactions and analyses regarding the performance of these players, it is important to remind everyone to please leave their like and subscribe to the channel to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. First, let's take on the challenge of reaching the goal of 500 likes for this video. Your interaction is essential for us to continue bringing quality information and analysis about football. Now that you have subscribed, let's get to the news. Real Madrid suffered its first defeat in official matches of the season. The Merengues lost 1-0 to Lille in France, in the second round of the UEFA Champions League group stage. The only goal of the match was scored by Jonathan David, who converted a penalty with mastery in stoppage time of the first half. This defeat was particularly bitter for Real Madrid fans, as it marked the end of an impressive streak of 36 consecutive official matches without losing. The team's last defeat had been on January 18th, in a clash against Atletico de Madrid in the Copa del Rey. The unbeaten streak showcased the team's strength, but the fragility displayed in the match against Lille raised questions about the current form of the squad. The last time Real lost in the Champions League was on May 17, 2023, when they were humiliated by Manchester City with a 4-0 defeat that still resonates among fans. This match also marked the debut of the Brazilian Endrick as a starter for Los Blancos. The absence of Kylian Mbappé, who was recovering from an injury and started on the bench, opened up space for Endrick to shine. However, what was seen was a lackluster performance from the young forward, who failed to stand out in the match. Despite his below-par performance, he still had Real Madrid's best chance in the first half, where he initiated a run from midfield and shot over the goalkeeper, wasting the opportunity. This was undoubtedly the only significant chance Endrick had throughout the match. The game was tense, and the fans eagerly awaited a magical play from the forward, but he failed to meet expectations. The Brazilian remained on the field until 11 minutes into the second half when he was substituted for Luka Modric. Before leaving the field, Endrick received a controversial yellow card, as many claimed he did not commit a foul. In the match, Lille was effective in controlling the game against Real Madrid. The French team not only managed to neutralize Real's attacking attempts but also had its own clear opportunities. One of them was a missed chance by Jonathan David, who, in a moment of great danger, hit the post and almost opened the scoring. Lille was determined to take advantage of Real's fragility, and at the 44th minute, Zova took a free kick that ultimately resulted in a penalty. The foul was committed by Eduardo Camavinga, leaving his team in a delicate situation. In the penalty execution, Jonathan David did not hesitate and found the net behind Andriy Lunin, who had few opportunities to defend. This turn of events was a severe blow to Real Madrid, which saw its hopes of achieving a positive result fade away. In the second half, Mbappé's entry promised a reaction from the team, but the attempts were fruitless, and Lille maintained control of the game. Despite the defeat, Endrick received praise from the Spanish press. While Real Madrid's performance was widely criticized, the young Brazilian stood out individually, with many analysts recognizing his attacking attempts. The newspaper Marca, for example, highlighted Endrick's speed and determination during the match. In one play, he was called lightning due to his impressive burst, where he almost scored a goal. Goalkeeper Chevalier was surprised by the Brazilian attacker's explosive speed, managing to leave the French defense behind in an instant. However, these positive mentions in the media contrast with the general criticism of the team, which was labeled disfigured by Mundo Deportivo. The defeat against Lille was a worrying sign for Real, which had not shown this kind of performance in a long time, leaving its fans anxious. Endrick was not the only Brazilian with a disappointing performance. Vinicius Jr., who has been one of Real Madrid's main stars, also failed to shine in the match. The fact that the team depends so much on him became evident, as most offensive plays went through Vini's feet. However, like Endrick, he did not perform well, which reflected in the final result of the match. The fans, who are usually very critical, did not hesitate to criticize the players after the defeat, and Vinicius Jr. and Endrick were the main targets of this dissatisfaction. Social media became a space of discontent, with fans expressing their opinions fervently. For many, Vini's lack of quality in his game was surprising given his history of great performances. This combination of disappointing performances from the two players, who are seen as the future of the team, left fans worried about what lies ahead. Criticism towards Endrick was intense, especially considering the expectations. The young attacker was under the watchful eye of fans and experts, and many were eager to see how he would perform on a big stage like the Champions League. However, the pressure seemed to affect his game, and the fact that he failed to convert a clear chance into a goal only increased the criticism. Comparisons with more experienced players began to arise, and many wondered if Endrick was really the gem the club was hoping for. The performance in the Classic against Atletico de Madrid had already generated controversies, where he had the opportunity to pass the ball instead of trying for a goal and consequently squandered the chance. This poor decision was not forgotten, and the expectation around him only grew, leading to increasing pressure for him to show his potential. One of the team's leaders, Valverde, was not satisfied with Endrick's attitude. After the match against Atletico, the Uruguayan was seen confronting the young player in the tunnel. Valverde emphasized that in situations like that, it is essential to make collective decisions and not try to resolve everything alone. His frustration was palpable, as he knew Endrick could have made the right decision and passed the ball to a teammate in a better position. This kind of reprimand is not unusual in high-level teams, where the pressure to win can result in internal conflicts. Communication among players is crucial, and situations like this can shape the team dynamic. The expectation is that Endrick learns from these mistakes and improves his understanding of the game, as this is crucial for his evolution as a player at Real Madrid. On social media, the clamor for a change in Endrick's decision-making was evident. Many fans and experts united in their analyses, highlighting that, despite the undeniable talent of the young player, he needs to understand that football is a team sport. The pressure for him to become a decisive player in important matches seems to have weighed heavily on his shoulders, resulting in poor choices at crucial moments. The ability to recognize when to pass the ball and when to finish is an essential part of an attacker's development. The debate over the need for Endrick to learn to work better as a team player is a hot topic among fans and analysts, who are seeking solutions to the problems the team is facing. This situation also raises questions about how fan pressure can influence a player's performance, especially in such a big club like Real Madrid. The criticism towards Vinicius Jr. and Endrick raises important questions about the team's dependency. The truth is that Real Madrid, at many moments, has been highly dependent on the individual abilities of its players, and this can become a problem. When Vinicius is not at his best, the team seems to falter, and Endrick's absence at a crucial moment only accentuated this vulnerability. The criticisms are understandable, but it is also important to consider the context in which these players are performing. Football is a sport full of ups and downs, and the pressure faced by athletes is immense. Therefore, while criticism is necessary to keep players and the team at a high level of performance, it is also essential to remember that everyone is continuously learning and adapting. The challenge for the team will be to find ways to overcome these difficult moments and create a system. On social media, fans also demanded a decision from the real player. The understanding is that Endrick should have passed the ball to Bellingham, as he was far from the goal. However, he preferred to rely on finishing. And these opinions about Vinicius Jr. and Endrick, is it an exaggeration from the fans, or are they right to complain about the Brazilians and pressure them? So, given this, in your opinion, on a scale from 0 to 10, what rating do you give to Real Madrid and the performance of its players in this important game? Did Endrick, Vini Jr., and Mbappe meet the expectations placed on them? Let me know here, and I will be reading your comment. I really want to know what you think. If you can, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive our videos every day. That's it, folks, thank you, and see you next time.